is up, guys? By Night here, and welcome to this Call of Duty video. Today we are going to be talking about how to get to high kill streaks in Call of Duty Ghosts, and specifically how to get a KEM strike, because that's like the golden kill streak, the holy grail of Call of Duty. It's like, hey, can you get that 25 gun streak, or with hardline a 24 gun streak without dying? Because if you can do that, you're a boss. So I want to help you guys become bosses, and that's the goal of this video. So one thing that I would like to mention though before I hop into my tips, because I do have a bunch of tips written down that I think will turn all of you guys into pros instantly. And if you pay me a little bit of money, you'll get even... I'm just kidding. You won't get better any faster. But yeah, so before I get into those tips really quick though, I would like to kind of debunk this myth that YouTube has kind of created about what you need to do in order to be a good player. And this myth isn't and has not been created intentionally by any one person. But it's just the type of gameplays that are uploaded on YouTube are oftentimes very fast-paced, very rush-intensive, because that is what is entertaining. That's what people want to watch. They want to see some Rambo run around sprinting the entire time, picking up 100 kills in a game. That's really entertaining. But for the average person, that isn't a very realistic way to get to high kill streaks. Why? Because you're going to die unless you have God mode reflexes. So for that reason, I want to give you guys some realistic tips, some actual help that I think will really make a difference in your kill death ratio, that will really make a difference in your ability to get to high kill streaks in Call of Duty. So for a little bit of background, I average between a 2 and a 3 KD in Call of Duty games. So I'm not like one of those 4 KD players, but I'm definitely better than average, and I think my tips will be helpful for anyone at any skill level. So first of all, yes, I'm also an English major. I'm just kidding. Alright, use a gun that you're comfortable with. Now, personally, I would recommend assault or submachine gun. Why? Because they are the most consistent at the majority of ranges. If you use a shotgun, you're not going to do very well long range. In fact, your bullets kind of vanish into thin air, which is a little bit strange, because if you have ever shot in a shotgun in real life, the bullets go freaking far. But yeah, and then if you use a sniper rifle, if you miss your shot, you're pretty much screwed, so it's kind of less consistent. So I would advise using an assault rifle or a submachine gun. Now, I'm not going to give you guys one gun that you have to use, like, if you want to be a boss, you have to use this one gun or you'll suck. Because that's not really true. The guns are pretty balanced. Yeah, there's some stronger guns, there's some weaker guns, but in general, if you use a gun that you're comfortable with and you feel like a boss using, then you shouldn't really have a problem. Now, one tip I would like to give is, like, if you're using a submachine gun, then maybe try to stay in an area where you're not having super long gunfights. Because if you're fighting against like a Remington at long range and you're using an MTAR, the Remington's most likely going to win. So that type of idea. Use a gun that fits your play style, but then also play into that gun style. So submachine guns try to get closer gunfights. Assault rifles try to get further away gunfights. That type of deal. Alright, my second tip is play on free-for-all domination. The reason why I advise free-for-all is because you can play a little bit more defensive in free-for-all without hurting your teammates, because you're not going to be jumping on objectives or things like that if you're trying to get a KEM strike. Also, free-for-all can be super useful if you're patrolling an area, which I'll talk about in my next tip, because it has kind of random spawns, so people oftentimes you're going to be able to take them off guard. You're going to take people off guard most of the time because they're not going to know where you're coming from. Alright, so that leads directly into my third tip, which is patrol an area. Don't rush around the entire map because you're going to end up getting picked off, and also don't camp in an area. If you just like camp in a corner, then someone's going to come for a revenge kill on you after a while. The game's going to end before you even get to 25 kills, and it's just not going to be that pretty, and that guy I just killed is pretty stupid. Alright, yeah. So if you patrol an area, like I'm doing in this strip club, you will do a lot better than if you're moving around the entire map. Why? Because you're probably not going to run past a camper because you already know what's going on in this area. When you have control of an area, then you can shoot people trying to come into it, and that gives you the advantage because they're being the aggressor on you. Alright, my fourth tip, don't let your nervousness get to you. This is a big problem that I have had in the past where I'm really close to a streak and I just choke. Why? Because I get nervous and I do a stupid thing. So oftentimes when your nerves are rising, you're like, oh, I need to get this kill, let me chase him down, or oh, I need to win this gunfight, let me fight it, when in reality, you should play a little bit more cautiously. So recognize that you're going to be nervous and try to play more cautious based on that fact. All right, my 5th tip, don't contest close gunfights unless you have to. If there's a gunfight that you have a 50-50 chance of losing, then don't fight that gunfight. Don't feel like you need to shoot every single person you see. Don't feel like you need to shoot every single person that's shooting at you. If you need to run away, slide around a corner, then do that. You'll live more often. Now, if you have to fight the gunfight because you're going to die if you don't, then definitely, yeah, try to kill that idiot before he kills you. All right, my 6th tip. Aim down sights around corners as much as possible. If you're in the sprint animation when you see an enemy, then you are going to have a lot higher chance of losing that gunfight than if you're aim down sights when you see an enemy and you can just start pulling the trigger. So yeah, right here I'm calling in that KEM strike. Woohoo! Yeah. But yeah, so aim down sights, ADS, as much as possible. And then my final tip, my 7th tip, is use gunfight perks. Now what I mean by a gunfight perk is a perk that actually helps you to win gunfights. This means perks that say reduce your recoil when you're aiming down sights, or reduce the amount that you jump when you're getting shot at, or allow you to aim in quicker. Those type of perks are the perks that you need to use in order to win your gunfights, and you're going to live more often when you're using those perks than if you were using, say, a perk that didn't help you in a gunfight. But yeah, guys, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like rating and subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you have more questions or want more tips, then let me know, and I can definitely help you out. Let me know what you're struggling with. But yeah, guys, I'll talk to you all later.